soothe my sadness about that game. Okay, we're fine, it's a best of 5. No bigs. We can still have 4 of the most amazing games ever. It's still possible. And we're gonna be on Mist now. Alright, sweet. So, hero on the right, movie on the left. Good times. Now, Mist, obviously, being a 2-player map and having lots of funny terrain features, allows for lots of cheesy builds. So I'm wondering if Movie might have something either planned or in response to what happened last game, kind of change his plan and just go for some kind of crazy cheese. You know, it's kind of a psychological thing as well, where players kind of get a little bit upset that they got cheese and they try and, you know, counter cheese or something like that. Even within the same game, I think, or hopefully some of you remember that amazing game and follow-up interview by Turn. I think it was Turn against Stats. It was Turn against Stats in Pro League in Samsung Con versus KT Rolster on Sniper Ridge, and Stats went like really aggressive with his first probe. He was like mana pyloning and harassing SEVs constantly and just being a real pain in the butt, like more so than normal. And then Turn just got completely pissed off by it and just went like 4-axe medic marine tank busted him, and it was hilarious. And in the interview he was just like, yeah, I wasn't actually planning to do this build, but he made me really mad with his probe, so I just went for it. It was so good. I don't know if that's the game where he got the nickname Rabid Dog Terran. I don't know if it was because of that or if that was unrelated. It's probably somewhat related at least, but it was really funny. Anyway, so I got some blockage here, but the probe's already taken all its shields down and damage, so I'm not going to be able to block for too long, I don't think. Although, doing a pretty good job. He's doing a good job. Build a pylon! Build a pylon! Build a pylon! Yeah, he's not gonna build a pylon. It's not really worth it, I don't think. Because the lings are almost out anyway, so pylon would get shut down pretty quick. But he didn't go forward Nexus Cannon, so you can see that the Nexus is actually faster than the hatchery, which is good. That is in fact optimal. And there is the cannon, and he's gonna build the gateway here. So he's gonna have like a 1 hex gap above the gateway, and then he's gonna have to block between the forge and the pylon, so a nice little wall here. It does seem that spawning on as Protoss on the left side in PvZ is advantageous over on, compared to the right side, because the way you build the wall, hey, little kid, that's like the future Tosco right there. Well, okay, need to add some conditions to that. Future Toss Girl, where, you know, she stays cool and doesn't, you know, plastic surgery herself into some creepy doll thing. Man, if you haven't seen like the recent photos of Toss Girl, I recommend you don't look at them. It's just like it destroys it destroyed my image of Toss Girl. It's very sad. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Protoss walls. So basically, by building the wall upwards from the cliff here, it's easier to block Zergling's run-bys into the main because the ramp is like on the same side as the wall, whereas on the right side of the base, on the right side spawn, if you build your wall upwards from the cliff, the gap above your gateway is in line with the ramp, so it's actually easier for Zerglings to run past into your main. And we've seen that actually a number of times in SSL already. I think there was one Jangbi game in particular where that happened, and I'm sure there's been a couple of other games as well. Anyway, we do have a lair on the way. We do have the third hatchery at the bottom right base there, standard. So that's all well and good. No Hydra Bust this time. Just gonna play a standard. I fully expect Movie to go +1 Corsairs due to the close air distances on this map and all those semi-inaccessible bases around the back. Or I guess they're fully inaccessible if you take them as mirror only. Vanatier just asked if that's tight above the gateway. I'm actually not sure. I was wondering that myself. I mean, it's almost certainly like Dragoon tight, so he's probably gonna have to kill the pylon to get out, which is not bad actually, because that will actually open up the gap closer to his ramp and allow his units to get out easier. But I don't think it's Zergling tied above the gateway. I'm pretty sure it's not. So he'll have to block both those gaps. But that's fine. Just 2 Zealots will make that a completely tight wall. So that's completely fine, I think. Anyway, that is a bit of a mistake. The probe looked like it actually stopped there. I don't know if that was just because it got stuck on the pathing or it was actually just attacking the Zerglings. So we have some Zerglings coming in here. Okay, now I think we're actually going to see... Oh no, there's a Zealot above the gateway. Okay, never mind. I didn't quite see the Zealot there. He's hiding. But there is a Zealot above the gateway, and there's a Zealot between the Forge and the Pylon. So those Zerglings are not a threat. And as I said, we are going to see +1 Corsairs here from Movie. And of course, there are a few ways he can follow up on that. You can just go, after the +1 Corsairs, just go the standard Ground Army route. I don't see a Robo yet, so he's not going Sayle Reaver or anything cool like that. Anyway. Looks like gonna poke around a bit. We actually already have a Hydra Den, interestingly enough, before the Spire. So it looks like, ooh, look at this. So Hero actually saved... I think there's no Spire. There's no Spire, right? I'm pretty sure he saved the gas from the Spire to get a faster Overlord speed upgrade and just get Hydras to defend this. Yeah, he doesn't actually have a Spire to scourge the Corsairs. And this is very interesting. This actually makes me feel like he's going to try some kind of drop play later on, getting the very fast Overlord upgrades. And because drops are actually really good on this map, you can get some lurkers behind the natural mineral line. The main has a huge surface area around it where you can drop lots of different places to drop into. And by getting drops early, you can deny the Protoss a lot of those like protected back bases as well. So that could be quite a good game plan here for Hero. He is losing a few Overlords here. It's sort of to be expected when you do skip the Spire. Essentially, he's just gonna have to rely on really good Hydralisk positioning, and you can see he's actually spreading out some Zerglings to spot on the map because he can't really use Overlords for that. Since the Corsairs are denying them. He actually has very few Hydralisks right now, so he could lose another Overlord here. Now he's going to chase him away. So we've got one Zealot heading down to the bottom right base here. This makes me a little bit nervous because he doesn't actually have any Hydras down here, so these Overlords are going to die, and a DT could come over here shortly and really put the hurt on Hero. So this is actually quite problematic. He's actually losing more Overlords than he should be here. I'm not really sure what's happened here, why he didn't have Hydras here earlier on, or maybe he just got supply blocked earlier than he thought he should have, so he wasn't able to make Hydras or something like that. But he's lost like 5 Overlords or something. That's actually quite bad, even if you go for the Hydra opening here. Anyway, we have a drop coming out. I'm not actually sure what's in here. Possibly DT Zealot combo or something like that. I doubt it's going to be a Storm drop. It's a little bit fast for that, and you wouldn't generally waste your first 2 High Templar doing something like that. I feel like it's probably just 2 DTs or something. But there's the Lurker drop. As I suggested earlier, Hero going for this no Spire strategy had this in mind all along. He did actually show us. All that thought. Lurker going in. There's one cannon in the mineral line. Are the probes being pulled? They're being pulled, but in the direction of the Lurker. Fortunately for them, there's only one Lurker, so they won't actually one-shot the line of probes here. But there is no Robo yet, I don't think, so that's going to be quite problematic. And it looks like the shuttle of Movie is getting pushed away. Sorry, did I say no Robo? I meant no Observer yet. No Observatory, although there is actually one there now just finishing. So he is going to have an Observer here in just a second. But yeah, he actually did go Reaver, and oh no, he might lose the first Reaver! Oh man. Doesn't quite lose the first shuttle in the Reaver, so Movie has actually gone Sayle Reaver. I just didn't see the Robo earlier. It was kind of hidden in the left side of the natural. So that's actually going to help tremendously against the Lurker drops, obviously, and of course in holding the front here against this Hydra aggression. He's going to have to bring this second Reaver back, though. It's going to be slightly tricksy. He's going to be careful, though, but that's a nice little wall, and you can see the Hydra's kind of getting stuck, getting bugged out. And apparently the Goon's getting bugged out, too. I don't think the Goon could actually get back in. I think the Goon was just stuck outside, because it's walled out. Anyway, Hero's actually gone into mass Hydra production here. I'm not actually convinced this is a good idea. He's like completely switching to Hydra production, but there's no way for him to actually break Movie, and Movie can quite easily take the back mineral only at the top left. So I think Hero thought he might have had an opportunity there. Maybe he made a whole bunch of Hydras before realizing there were Reavers there or something, but yeah, these Hydras aren't going to be able to do too much besides just defend against the Reaver and the shuttle. So the best plan I think now would be just to maybe get another base. Can Scarabs actually go through here? Oh man, they can! Wow, that's actually really unfair. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of... Because I'm pretty sure Scarabs can't go through the back minerals on Outsider, can they? Maybe they can, or maybe they just like blow up on the back of the minerals and still kill stuff. I can't quite remember, but I feel like you can't just get Scarabs through the minerals that easily on Outsider. So you have to actually like drop the Reaver on the inside. Anyway, random Zealot blocking the ramp here actually gets a drone kill too. And oh god, the Reaver's coming back. The shuttle's a little bit stuck though, unless it can break out. Well, actually, I guess it can fly out the north side and just stay in this little water area. Oh god, this is actually a really good map for this kind of Reaver harass. Look at this, so easy to bounce between the natural and the third, and there's that nice little protected area. Oh no! Oh, he messed up on the Leica though. He stayed a little bit too long and gets taken out. So that is the end of that Reaver. Meanwhile, we have had like a pylon on the probe at the top left for Movie for a while, but he's not taking a third just yet. It might be actually denied. There's a couple of red units behind the mineral line there, so it's probably not able to take that just yet. Meanwhile, we have a good number of Goons and Zealots. Note though that there's no Templars yet, so his only splash damage is actually the Reavers for the time being. He's got a Templar Archives, but he's still just only making Zealots and Dragoons for whatever reason. Probably because he just doesn't have enough gas being on 2 base still. Anyway, despite a bit of a cute little Reaver crash there, Hero still has complete map control basically. You can see his big Hydra force running around the map. Oh, gonna see this shuttle. 2 Hydras wouldn't kill it, but gonna force it to turn back. Meanwhile, gonna catch a few more random units here. I don't know why Movie keeps having like small bits of units floating around on the map. I'm pretty sure he's just... it's probably from that wall gateway being rallied backwards and things being walled out, causing things to bug out. Anyway, it looks like Movie is sending out some speed lots now. I think that's what that is, to go and harass while he's doing this this speed shuttle harass. Looks like a couple of DTs, or 1 DT going to be dropped in the main base. Is this going to be a storm drop on the natural as well? Looks like it is indeed. Catches the back line of the drones, and we're going to have another drop here. It looks like one more High Templar, and is he going to Scourge? Oh, he gets all the Scourge, but the Scourge killed the shuttle anyway. Oh my god, that would have been the coolest thing ever. He almost got it. Almost able to save his shuttle, but not quite. He does get some drones though. So that's still pretty decent. I think that overall that was an okay drop. It was quite expensive though. 2 High Templars, a DT, and a shuttle. Possibly another unit in the shuttle. I'm not sure. But anyway, that he has actually moved out with the Zealots as well. He's actually sent a probe, looks like down to the bottom left or something. Maybe that's just for spotting, because of course he knows that Hero has drops, doesn't want any kind of crazy drop to come along the bottom side. Drop him in the main. That is one big danger here if he moves out. If a Doom drop just goes into his main, that'll be quite problematic to deal with. And he didn't actually continue to make that many Corsairs. He's only got 4 Corsairs right now. So it's not as easy to just rot around the map. Anyway, looks like Movie having some congestion problems in his natural. Oh, it looks like we're down to 3 Corsairs. And you can see they're just chilling in the back of the main. So if there is a drop in the back of the main, they'll at least be able to pick off the Overlords. Anyway, it looks like here's the big move out. We gotta storm the Hydras. The Hydras are really, really clumped. Oh man, not even really possible for Hero to storm dodge there. And oh no, the Hydra's actually in the pathing, running back through the Protoss army to escape instead of going downwards. Oh my goodness, they could have actually escaped there, but ended up just suiciding into the Protoss. So Movie now with a significant army moving out now. He's got at least 2 Reavers, but there's the counter drop into the main, and I don't know what happened to the Corsairs. Looks like the Corsairs actually were brought with the army. I think that's a bit of a mistake here. He is going to be able to pull a couple of Reavers back to help defend, but going to lose almost all the probes here in the main base. So this is a great move by Hero to mainly to buy time, actually. He did a lot of damage there on the probe line, obviously, but I think the main point of this move was to try and buy time, similar to the way a Protoss recalls in PvT to actually slow down the Terran's push. Unfortunately for Hero, Movie's actually not overly concerned by this and is just going for the big attack anyway, just going to rely on the Reavers and the reinforcements from the gateways to defend. And yeah, this ground army, even without the Reavers, is going to be plenty strong, but no, he brings the Reavers back and the Hydras are completely stuck and the Lurkers are getting obliterated as they come in, and Movie with this attack I think is just going to win the game outright. There's absolutely no way for Hero to deal with such a strong composition of mass goons supported by Reavers and Storms. So looks like Movie is going to take this game too. I don't know what happened to that extra Overlord that went behind Movie's natural, but it doesn't matter. GG from Hero, and Movie takes game number 2 pretty solidly there, pretty convincingly.
하이템플러 준비하고 다크스가 하이템플러 준비하고 있을 때 러커 드랍을 꽂아 넣으면서 히데로를 밀겠다 이 계산이었는데 체제 자체가 커세어 리버였기 때문에 진영아가 이길 수 있었던 거고요. 두 번째 경기 잡아낸 거는 굉장히 진영아 선수 입장에서는 다행이다 이렇게 볼 수가 있는 거죠. 이 맵도 미스트였지 않습니까?
그렇죠. 네. 이게 미스트에서 커세어 리버가 자주 나오는 어떤 전략이 아니다 보니까 이건 어떻게 보면 이 맵에서